What's cracking, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Honda Recap. I got a lot of things to say and a lot of random stuff to cover, so let's get started. Hey, what's going on, guys? Super stoked to be back here for another episode, another week. I'm glad a lot of people reached out to me. A lot of random people told me, hey, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really appreciative to hear that. I thought this would be something cool. I wanted to push myself, and so I'm really happy that people actually enjoyed this. So here we are, another week. Just super appreciative that everybody really enjoyed what I'm trying to do here. So hopefully we can make this keep going. I think what I'm going to be doing in the future is posting this exactly like I'm doing now, Monday, 8 o'clock. Gives me enough time to consume a bunch of stuff, edit it down, and actually deliver it to you in a way that I would really want to consume it myself. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to go ahead and throw in somebody that I brought in last week, but only because I see that there's some cool new developments going on, and that is watching the behind the scenes of VTech Academy with Chris Sadowski. He's been showing us a lot of behind the scenes from VTech Academy, and if you guys don't know, that is Hasport. Hasport has been one of the leading people when it comes to engine mounts, at least in the industry as we know it. And right now, if you've watched in the past, they took apart a brand new CTR, pulled the motor, and from what I can tell, have been testing it in older chassis, which we would want to put that motor in because why? They want to know, and they want to be able to be the first in line to actually make something. That's what I think is going on. So in Chris Sadowski's recent video, we saw random stuff, like we saw the CTR and an EF, an Insight, an EK, and a bunch of other random chassis, like a CRX, that we actually want to see it, and checking for fitment, fitment, clearance issues, and whether or not it's going to actually work. So I'm really juiced to see what VTech Academy drops soon. I'm sure they're going to bring out their own footage and what they're actually trying to talk about. If you've looked at their older videos, they did a really great breakdown on the CRV's L15 motor, and I'm really hoping they do that again for the new engine that's coming out now. So I'm super juiced that that's happening because, again, they are one of the leading designers for engine mounts. So it only makes sense that they would be the first people to do this, and it does make sense seeing behind the scenes of how they actually go through with making the mounts and all the R&D that goes in it. So props to you guys. I'm super juiced to see the progress there. Next up, we got Big Murph, Bay Area resident, DC2 owner. He's got a lot of cool stuff planning. A lot of people hit me up and say, hey, you forgot Big Murph, you forgot Big Murph. I didn't actually forget the guy. I know who he is, I know what he's doing, and like I responded, I was waiting for him to drop the news that I knew was coming, and recently he told us that he was actually getting a bunch of parts together to build a head. He actually dropped the head off to get worked on. If you saw his latest video, he said he's getting, I believe, a stage 2 port to allow, you know, maybe for some boost later if he so feels, but that's what I was really looking for. I wanted to see the progress. I wanted to see him tell everybody. I knew it was kind of coming down deep, and I honestly feel like there's more on its way. I know he's been talking about selling his DC2. I don't think he ever will, but I do know he really does want an EG hatch. You've been seeing them. You can see the camera on those hatches a little extra long before panning over, so I see the want is there. And you know what? He's the type of guy that if he wants something, he's going to get it. So let's not be surprised if one day the DC2's gone and he's got a hatch, or guy's going to be in the 2-car club. I mean, I'm a fan of that. So, man, do what you want to do. Get that EG. I know you want that. Another channel that came highly recommended and I knew existed, I just really wanted to give him the spotlight I think this guy really deserves, and that is Garage Built Hondas. John Widmer out in Texas. I have an EF hatch and I've gutted it and I've tried to do a bunch of random stuff, and this guy is an EF chassis specialist. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He's got videos that go so far back on, you know, how much does your exterior weigh, how to assemble a B-Series head, how to do everything. He has spent a lot of time on that chassis, not just tweaking it, but actually tracking it with him and his buddies, and there's a lot of education out there that I think really needs to be seen. So that is one channel that I thought I really wanted to recap, but at the same time show you. He most recently drilled a hole in his passenger side headlight in order to make a really cool intake for his car. It was really fun to watch him do it. I've drilled a couple holes in glass before. It is nerve-wracking, so I'm really happy to see the way it turned out. That's just one of the many things you see on this channel. I'm really super juiced to see what he does next to his hatches. Next up, we got VHB VHBEngines. Chris from VHBEngines is a very, very knowledgeable person when it comes to Hondas. He has a Honda dedicated channel as of now, and he goes over random topics that we look for out on the forum. So I was really excited to watch his channel. Anything from D series versus B series, Z6 versus LS swap, anything you've been considering, he's gone over the pros and cons, internals, what it would actually take to get into your car, from more so than a cost level, just power gains, what you're actually going to get. So again, another channel that's got really, really great knowledge. I kind of wanted to go ahead and cover that guy because I really enjoyed his most recent video, which again was CTR versus GSR, because those are something common that someone really would love to put in their car. So I'm glad he's going over things like this. Another channel that just got brought to my attention, sorry guys, I just found you, that's Refined Movement. That's Robbie and Travis. They have a Project EG and EK Coupe, and they're doing a lot of stuff to track prep, how-tos, and a bunch of other random stuff. But more recently, they did a video on how to swap the transmission and motor out of their EG, which is a D series. I believe they're putting another D series in it, but the video is literally less than 10 minutes, and at that point they basically covered everything you would need to know to get it in and out of the car, and it was incredibly detailed. They didn't waste any time, and if you didn't know what you were doing, you have a clear picture of what's going on, and I really appreciate that because it didn't take forever. You guys didn't need to really talk a lot. You just literally showed you this hose, these wires, move this, and it was just really clean. So I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate the rest of the content you guys have created. I'm really enjoying it, so props to you guys. Next up, we got Miton Films, who recently rickrolled his entire subscriber base thinking that he sold Project Integra. I honestly didn't think it was going to happen, but you never know these days. But in fact, he didn't actually rickroll anybody. He still has it. It broke down a little bit, but he already got it fixed and recently bought a big brake kit to put on his car. He's doing the DIY big brake kit with the Type R calipers and the TSX pads, which will bring an amazing stopping force to Project Integra. So I'm super juiced he did that, explaining how much he spent and how to do it. And it's an awesome upgrade for not too much money. He also has a wealth of knowledge on that channel. I guess that's kind of a recurring theme that I'm going with now. But he explains everything he went through on building it, from a poor man's Type R or versus an actual ITR, how to build it, what went into the thought process, the money, and it's just literally been a long time watching him basically put this car together, and I'm so happy that it's coming out the way he really wants to, and I've learned so much from that channel. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check that out. Last but definitely not least is a guy who hit me up. I found his channel, I'd say over a year ago, and this is when I was really deciding I wanted to put a B series in my hatch. I was trying to take in as much knowledge as I can, and that channel is Twin 2 Civic Garage. This guy is in the UK. He does really cool work, and I really like it because he's building stuff. It looks like out of a storage shed, minimal space, just showing you what you really need. And also, I really enjoy what he's doing because it's very relatable, and I can really see what he's doing with, and I see that his struggles and my struggles are very, very similar, so I really enjoyed that. I'm also really juiced that he did an update most recently about it, so I'm really juiced to see that he came back. He found the video that I did last time, and I'm really excited that he's starting the EF build again. He's moving forward, and I really want you to finish this, man. I've been watching for a long time, so one, I'm glad you hit me up, and two, I just would love to see it complete because it's definitely going to motivate me to go out and do the same thing with my hatch instead of just sitting it watching it right now. One more channel that I actually want to throw in right here is Chicken Burger. It's a weird name. I did actually just find this channel, but I am amazed at what this channel actually has. And being a Del Sol owner, I was really excited to see. This guy has a twin turbo, all-wheel drive, twin motor Del Sol. Think about that. And honestly, I don't really know what to say right now. I think it's pushing like 500 horsepower. We got a motor in the front and the back, and it's turboed. This is just insane. But the last video I saw just uploaded is that it's for sale, and he goes over a lot of the stuff that's in the video, so much that I can't even really go over. I'm just amazed that somebody did this, and I'm super juiced to maybe learn a little bit more. So I'd love to reach out and actually talk to the guy on, you know, what it took to make and his thought process and everything like that. But I'll throw everybody's description down below, everybody's links, everything like that. Go ahead and check this out. I'm really amazed that this happened. Alright guys, this concludes the YouTube portion of my videos. I know there's tons of channels that I could go over, and there's so many more that I'm leaving out. So this is kind of where I'm reaching out to you guys too. Let me know in the comments who you watch, who you think needs to be talked about, what builds need to be talked about. Let me know so that I could reach out to them, or that I could also find them. Like I said, there's tons more content that I could cover. These are just kind of the guys that I've been following or just found and I want to talk about personally, and I'm not trying to exclude anybody. I'm actually just trying to cover on the week to week what I see updating. So if you see more, this is a chance where I want you guys to reach out to me. Let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram and just be like, yo, you need to check this dude out. He's doing some crazy build, and I will be super juiced to go look at it. I really want to bring the most up-to-date stuff I can to this, and also just, you know, I want to consume that as well. So like I said, leave it in the comments below. I really want to see what you guys are watching. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the guys on Instagram right now. First up on Instagram is Rudy from Candidcoffee. I've been talking to him and he hit me up after I talked about the VTech Club in the last video. He does a lot of coverage of it. He's got a cool group of friends that all go to SoCal or anywhere else that the tracks are going down. He takes awesome pictures and he posts them up to his blog. I'll definitely link that below. Oh, he's a really cool guy here from the Bay Area in the Honda scene, and he tells it through his camera, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some pictures up right now. Boom, 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 boom. Those are all his. It's just him, so I thank you for that, and I'd love to see the coverage of the VTech Club guys because I love what you guys are doing. Next up, a quick update on the TherubDoctor. I know I covered him last time, but I want to give some updates now. The engine has been taken apart. Everything is sorted, meticulously separated on tables, and the engine is getting ready to be sent to a rebuilder or builder. So I guess what he's planning on actually doing is getting the motor completely rebuilt, which is smart because you know what? It's a great motor, and they sound amazing all the way revved up. I've heard some with ITBs, and it's insanity. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm saying you should do it, dude. Next up, we got SI Rico. He's got a Turbo CRX. It's black, it's got ram horns, and it looks gnarly. He's got a couple videos here on YouTube with some cold starts and walkarounds of his car. It's really awesome. I'm very curious to how much power he's making. I can't seem to figure that out. But most recently, I think he got some new exhaust. It's looking really nice. I just love what he's doing. It just looks very his own. It looks custom, and he's put little details all around the car. So honestly, I just wanted to say it's a great car, dude. So this is just me telling you, man, like I really like it. Awesome. Garcia S2K. Local guy here with a white S2000, supercharged. You may probably see him at most shows here in the Bay Area, and I gotta tell you, his car looks great. It's super low, but most recently he's been posting a lot of black and white pictures, kind of throwing everybody off what's going on. I think he's working with Go Wraps. Well, actually, he is working with Go Wraps because he's technically at the SF Auto Salon right now, and over the course of the week, he's been slowly trying to debut his new color, and his wrap looks amazing. It's got a purple, it's got a green, it's like neochrome, man. It's definitely a neck breaker, and I'm so glad he decided to just be like, you know what? We're switching it up this season, and he totally did. I'm super juiced for him. I can't wait to go see it in person, and I guarantee I'm probably just gonna see him at the next show, so I'm really juiced to see that, dude. Next up, actually a really crazy account, because it hit me in the past like I didn't ever expect to find this, and that is, I remember I was a sophomore in high school. I had just got a Honda. I was just getting into the scene, and on YouTube I think barely existed or did exist. I don't even know where I found the video, but I found Team Rice. It was this CRX. They had an MR2. They had a Z6 turbo swapped EF hatch. They had a bunch of cars out in Hawaii, and I was just in love, and I was trying to follow everything they did. And then I don't know what happened. I just kind of lost touch with that. And then most recently I found CRX again, and it blew my mind that I'm like, oh my god, that's you. And I'm just super juiced to watch everything that's going on. I've seen all the recaps of all the stuff that's been coming out. I'm so glad that you're bringing it back. I believe starting a blog, which is basically him showing you all the stuff in the past, but he is trying to bring the CRX back. He's slowly bringing back pictures of what it looks like now. I don't really know what he wants to do with it, but hopefully he can reform it to its former glory and bring that back. So I never thought I would find that car again, and I did see it, and it literally just threw me back to being a sophomore in high school. and I believe the Epilogues did an episode about him or made an article about him too. So it's really cool to see you, and it's really cool to watch the build, and I'm super juiced to watch it come back to life. And next we got NorCalCars. I believe it's Jake from Red Zone. They're here in Antioch. He actually has a lot of cool stuff that he's going on, and I just wanted to throw it out there because he does do a lot of head work, port work, a lot of engine building for here in the Bay Area, but not just Hondas. But if you are actually interested in Hondas, if you check out his account, he is throwing a sale right now for the holidays. So if you want some port work done, I definitely would hit that guy up. I know Big Murph goes to him. I know Young Static goes to him. I will most likely be going to him in the future because it's really cool to have a guy that you can trust, you can see their work, and they're local. So if you're in the Bay Area, definitely hit this guy up. I've heard many people account for his work, and I can't wait to work with him in the future. Anyways, last update I want to do is just kind of a shout out / throw out to Datdopedel. It's Corey Straub. I think I'm saying your name right. Really awesome turbo white Del Sol. I believe from the Midwest or East Coast guy. It's actually a really sad story. As of last week, I believe somebody stole his Del Sol. It's sad to see that happen. His car was so good looking. Definitely check out that Del Sol. Check it out. Send him some love. If you've seen this car, like, let him know. I want to see it come back to him. It's always sad to see this thing happen, and I was so sad to hear that this was going on that I really just wanted to, like, I don't know, get his picture in front of as many audiences, or get his car's picture in front of many eyes as I can see if you ever find this car. I know how much it meant to him. I know how much it means to put that much effort into your car and then to have it just disappear. So I didn't want to end that on a down note, but at the same time, I loved your car, man, and hopefully you find it again, and I just want everyone to see how much effort you put into your car. So please go like his pictures, let him know what's up, show that dude some love. Cool, well, I wanted to throw an extra thing at the end of this, and that is current events. Someone asked maybe I can throw in some shows, so I mean, I got to get back into that swing again to actually look in, but I wanted to go ahead and throw some random stuff out there, so in case you're looking at like where to look next for your show or actually see content that be coming in that you can look at, I'll tell you right now that the SF Auto Salon right here at the Moscone Center is going on from November 18th to the 26th. So basically right now, I'm already seeing people there. I know that Garcia S2K is there. I know that a couple of my buddies are there right now. I'm seeing their Instagram stories. It's looking really cool. If you're in the Bay Area and you want to see some cool cars, anywhere from like new stuff to like Hondas and just other older cars, they're all there. So it'd be really cool to see what you guys throw out there. Next up, there's Race Wars, November 19th in LA. I believe it's at the Irwindale Event Center. If you're in LA, that's a show for you guys. I know it's reoccurring. I know it's also traveling. Last up, we got WeekFest Houston, Sunday, December 3rd. I believe it's at the NRG Center. So that's also coming up. I missed WeekFest here in San Francisco this year, but I've been to plenty in the past, so I figured, you know, I'll catch the next one, you know. With that said, I know there's probably other shows, but thought I'd throw those out there because they're kind of ones that people really want to go to. Alright guys, that concludes this week's Honda recap. Still working on the format. I'll find more events next time. So this is kind of where I wanted to say I appreciate all your feedback. I appreciate everybody reaching out to me and telling me they actually like what's going on. I love hearing that. So let me know in the comments below other channels that you would love talked about, other topics, other things. Just let me know, because I'd love to make this a community effort like I've been saying. I just want to bring everybody together, everybody's thoughts. And so if I can make this better for everybody with your feedback, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Give this a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. I'd love to talk to people too. I'm throwing it out there. I got a podcast. I'm bringing it back. I got a couple other guests that are all lined up, so that's also going to be really fun in the future. But yeah, if there's anybody you'd love to see me talk to, is there anybody you want me to bring up, any channels that you're watching on Instagram or on YouTube, or any shows that you want to throw out there, maybe that you're having locally. I mean, I don't know how much I can cover here. It's going to be crazy, but at the same time, again, thanks for watching. See you next week. Peace.